Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. We are back again with another edition of Sis Talk Saturday. I am Orinthia Pittman. I am one of your Georgia board reps for Bosses. And today we have our special guest, Miss Jennifer. Would you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Jennifer Lunsford. I am an independent jury consultant, and I too live in Georgia.
Okay. Would you tell us a little bit more about your business?
Yes, paparazzi is a business that has been around about 12 years, where you buy jewels at wholesale and sell them at retail. So the focus of paparazzi is to accessorize, invite, and to become, because as well as being a consultant or a customer, you can too make a career out of selling the jewels yourself. So it's like a recruiting thing as well. But you are an independent consultant, but you still have to follow the guidelines of the paparazzi business.
Okay. How long have you been doing the independent contracting for paparazzi?
It will be 3 years this November.
Okay, 3 years. That's a good little bit. Definitely. So that brings us to our topic for today. Our topic for today is, what is the importance of mentorship while in business?
Mentorship is important to me because it gives me a person to refer to and be accountable to, because mentorship means having a person more experienced in the industry to help you to realize your vision, to set goals and to break them down into smaller pieces, then to get to the whole. It can be, it can also consist of marketing, your goals, networking, finances, and a lot of other different things. So a mentor to me is just having someone to guide me along, to kind of monitor how I'm doing in my business, and to have someone to talk to, or someone when I have questions, or just knowing that someone is there that has my back for me, that I can rely on, that I feel comfortable with speaking with.
Okay, definitely need a great mentor. So, for you, when you first started out, did you necessarily have like a mentor, or did you like pick up one along the way? Like, how did you go about getting a
Oh,
mentor when you first
mhm.
started?
How it works is that people recruit, like if you see someone, or even your customers often become consultants as well. But I had a consultant, what they call it, an upline. I had an upline when I first started, and she was responsible for getting me to the administrative side to understand how the business works. She
Mhm.
did some training with me, and she also um, let me, she let me um, just get a feel of how she was taught to run her business.
Okay. When you first had your mentor, how long had she been in business before she, you know, decided to take you under her wing?
She had been in the business 3 years when I
3 years.
came in under her. Mhm.
Okay. So do you think it is important to have somebody that has been in the business for a very long time, or do you think it's important to have somebody that's been in the business like a shorter amount of time, but the um but they still know as much? Like, does time matter to you, or is it basically how much you know?
I think it's both of them, because if someone's been doing the business for a long time and they're not very sociable, or they're not really reaching out as they should. On the other hand, there can be someone that has started after you and they take off, So it's like an inter-exchange. It depends on the situation and the person who you're assigned to as your upline.
Okay.
As far as, I would say it depends on the quality of the upline, because there are uplines that will help you more. There are uplines that kind of have you out there by yourself, because as of now, I do not have an upline. So I'm just winging it by myself.
Mhm.
And it's really been difficult, but I am holding on, holding my own. And that is what kind of led me to Boss Sis entrepreneurship, because I was just watching, researching, and working by myself. So again, to go back to, sometimes there are people that have been in the industry longer than you,
Mhm.
and you kind of surpass them. So it kind of depends on who the person is and who you are, how fast you learn, how well the other person has done, what they've been taught or not.
Okay. So do you think, like, right now, since you're 3 years in, that you're pretty much okay to continue without the upline, or what do you think about that?
I really would appreciate having an upline, because you get a lot of training, you get a lot of tips, you get a lot of perks from having an upline. And with the trainings and all, it helps you with self-development. So with me kind of like grading myself and not really having that person, that go-to person that actually is a paparazzi consultant, it's a little bit more difficult for me, because there are huge teams, because it's like a tier. And it's like, it's kind of lonesome, doing it by myself. But rather than quitting, I decided that I would just continue and try to do the best I can, because there are consultants that do not have uplines that do very well.
Okay. So for the ones, well, do you know of any paparazzi consultants that don't have an upline that you are connected to, or
I,
everybody?
I know of a few, but the way it works is that once you're under a person, to get under another person, you would have to stop and sit out for 2 years before starting back. So that's kind of a touch and go situation. So I would have to stop my business, sit out a year, and start over to get on someone else's team.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I know you definitely not trying to do that. So, okay. Um, let me see. So, is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience today about mentorship or the importance of having a mentor in business?
Yes, the importance of having a mentor in business for me has been very reassuring, because I have gotten to meet people in pretty much every field that's willing to help. And I have never been in a sisterhood that consists of a business where you have people to reach out. Like in your area, I could reach out to you. In someone else's area, I could reach out to them. So with the whole of it, it works for me. It works for me to have the assignments, to have the meetings, to hear someone share their story, to talk about finances, to talk about marketing, finances, organization, again, self-development,
Mhm.
communication skills, and things of that nature.
Definitely. I agree. I definitely agree. And now, I'm just gonna put my input in as far as like what I think the importance of having a mentor is, what a mentor means in business. Because I don't, thinking back, and it's been like a year for me almost since I started fully, like for real, for real.
Mhm.
Because you have like the setbacks and stuff, and you go
Of
through the
course.
woulda, shoulda, couldas. So I think for me, like when I first originally was like, hey, I want to get into fitness. And then when I decided to add like the vegan portion to it, it was one of those things where I knew people that were in the fitness realm because I was working out with them. But I think when it comes to like fitness, you can take certain things from people based upon like what they do, but everybody's like their own individual person. So they have to find like what really works for them because everybody doesn't have like the exact same body type. Everybody doesn't have the exact same diet. So it's like you pull this, pull that. And then once you get your niche or you have everything as a whole, then you can pretty much jump out there and put everything that you have learned along the way like into perspective. So I think that I think that that's my spiel on having a mentor. You can work with somebody, shadow them, things of that nature, but it's still what you take from them and what you put into your own, I guess you could say like well-being or business to um really set you apart from the rest. So that's what I think. That's definitely what I think. So
I totally
uh,
agree, because even though you have a mentor, it's really up to you to develop yourself, and everybody has different personalities, and you don't want to like rely on your mentor for everything. So I totally agree with you. They're
yeah,
to assist you, but they can't run your business for you.
yep. So you have heard it, ladies. Once again, this was Sis Talk Saturday. I am Orinthia Pittman, one of your Georgia board reps, and I am the owner and operator of the Rentway Fitness. And Miss Jennifer, one time for the road, would you please introduce yourself again?
Yes, I'm Jennifer Lunsford, and I am an independent paparazzi jewelry consultant.
Okay, there you have it, ladies. You all have a wonderful Saturday, and we'll see you again next Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.